Halloween special.
Probably can't hear anything under that. How you doing, Chris?
Good. Woo.
Your your full costume. I promised my whole costume today, and I still haven't finished it. The night before, and I still haven't finished it.
Oh, okay. That's why. That's why I went full costume. I wasn't gonna wear this, but I'm like, oh, Dan's gonna do it. Let me do it. But I will. I will say right now, those guys that wear this, for hours on end on set, it gets claustrophobic in that helmet. I wore it
Oh
last
man,
year for Halloween, and I had the strap on and everything, and oh man, it gets claustrophobic.
hard to breathe in that thing.
Oh yeah. Let me take off my vest, Joe.
You're disrobing to start the podcast. What
Yeah.
episode are we on here? I forgot to ask
Episode
you.
episode 5, and today, Dan, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Halloween then and Halloween now. We're going to share some of our Halloween memories and talk about how Halloween's changed in our eyes over the years growing up.
Absolutely. So let's start right there, though. When you're looking around the last, 10 years, what differences have you seen? Because I've seen so many differences. We both live in um, big subdivisions, and I can say, like, at my parents' house, more or less, um, we used to get 30, 40, 50 kids when I was
Oh, more than
younger.
that, probably.
Yeah, like a night. Yeah, like you said, more than that. But now we're lucky to get 15.
Yeah, yeah.
And
There's
it
there's nobody on the streets anymore.
no, so explain to the people, what you think about that and what we're talking about, because maybe some people in the States don't really understand. But here in, where we live, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the kids just got too cool to go out, trick or treating now. Obviously COVID played a big part of the last 2 3 years, but prior to that there was still hardly um any kids. And personally, I think it has to do with parenting, and a lot of parents are more strict these days without letting their kids go out trick-or-treating, with their friends and stuff by themselves.
Yeah, I also do think that there's a bit of a loss of interest in the whole concept of trick or treating to most kids. I think when we were kids, we loved the whole experience of it, but even like the payoff of getting the candy was special to us. I don't know if like getting candy means much to kids that already have like iPhones and Xboxes and laptops and stuff. So I think the appeal is just a lot less for their generation.
Yeah, I agree with that. I never thought about that aspect of it, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
I
Because
mean,
I
like
can.
we talk about how there's less kids, a lot less kids on the street than when we were young. I mean, when we were young, it was like what you see in Halloween movies. It was the streets were full of kids in costumes.
Absolutely.
And nowadays, it's not just Halloween though. Like we talk about it all year round. Like, man, where are the kids out playing road hockey? Where are the kids riding their bikes? The only people you see riding bikes anymore are crackheads.
I can say with the Halloween thing, like even the house decorations when we were kids, every house would have some sort of decoration. Like I know you along with me, like the best ones were when you were walking and these people went all out and made mazes in the garage,
Yeah,
mazes on their front lawn, with the blankets, and they had people in there scaring kids, and they had the flashing lights. And now you can't find that anymore. Like
no, no,
it's
real rare.
incredible. Yeah, it's very sad how it's changed so far, because Halloween's been such a pastime that's been so loved, and for it to fall this far, it's pretty mind-boggling. Like we can even talk about Christmas, and like I remember last year, I like when you used to go shopping, the cashiers were happy. People were cheerful. Like I remember going Christmas shopping and purchasing, and I was like, um, Merry Christmas, and the cashiers didn't even say nothing. It was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, why is everyone so miserable? Like, I
Yeah.
don't I don't understand it. Like these are happy holidays we all loved, and we all took part in. So I I don't understand.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is really depressing, and it's funny because I feel like it's just the easy scapegoat for everything with as time goes on and with younger generations. But I feel like it's like they rather celebrate these holidays instead of doing the activities that we have memories doing as kids. They'd rather celebrate these holidays like by making like a themed TikTok video or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I want to ask you something. I had an old friend at my old job, and he went out trick or treating as a kid. Okay, so he went out trick or treating. He did he got all the candy, enjoyed all the fun, and he married someone that was Christian, and she didn't believe in that. So I
Yeah,
was like, so I don't know your stance, but my stance was like, well, buddy, his name was Dave, and I was like, Dave, you can't enjoy trick or treating and not repay the favor when you're older. You have to hand out some kind of
yeah,
candy.
that's true. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah.
Like what's your stance on that?
Oh,
If
you're
if
right.
you
I
if
agree.
you trick or treated as a kid, you should have to repay the favor to the next coming generations.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, that's like taking using a public service, not paying your taxes. I mean, it's yeah, no, you got to do it. It has to be
Yeah.
done. It should be mandatory.
So tell me what, you know, when we're leading up to something like Christmas, we're all getting in the spirit. Maybe we watch, the same movies we watch all the time or whatever. What Tell me what your Halloween go-to is. Like, how do you lead up to a Halloween?
I mean, it's definitely changed over the years because as a kid, I didn't like really that scary of movies. Nowadays, going into Halloween, I love to watch like The Shining, The Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street.
The
Um,
classics, Child's Play,
yeah,
Scream,
absolutely.
um,
Halloween.
the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, the Blair Witch Project. You know what? That was so big there in the was that late '90s or early 2000? Late '90s, right?
Yeah, I want to say that was like 96-ish, maybe
Yeah.
96 to 98. Yeah, that was huge. I remember first watching it in Pete's basement, and we were all slept over. There was about eight of us, and we turned out the lights pitch black, and we were watching in the basement. And we turned on the lights, and I think it was my brother was playing a prank on us, and he was standing in the corner with his face against the wall, and we were fucking shit our pants.
uh, that movie was yeah, like you said, that movie was huge, but it didn't age too well, eh? Like
No, it's not that scary at all, and you don't even get to see anything in it the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah, it's all suspense and but those guys do I feel like they do a really good job for people that like they're not recognizable actors, they're like nobodies with a
Mhm.
camcorder. They do a pretty
I'm
good job of selling the fear.
I'm with you. Mine's a little different now too because I don't mind the scary movies, but I kind of like the childish ones. Like I like Halloween Town.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I like Ernest's Halloween
Ernest.
special.
I've
You
always
know,
wanted to watch that. I haven't watched that yet.
that it's a good one. Monster House. Obviously, leading up to Halloween, we watch a lot of Goosebumps. I just watched two
Oh yeah.
episodes of Scooby Doo with the kids and Mary. So we tend to like to watch the ones we grew up on, like Double Double with Mary Kate and Ashley. There's so many good classic ones
Why were
that
you
we
watching
enjoy.
Mary Kate and Ashley movies? You didn't have a sister in the house. I was the only one forced to do that.
I enjoy. I didn't mind those movies.
You just like the Olsen twins. You just had a twin fantasy even at that young of an age.
Yeah, it's true. But so tell me though, what's your lead up now based on when you were a kid? Because you go first and then I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, I like the scary movies, like the real classic horror ones. But like you actually, when you brought up like some of the younger ones, like the younger ones geared towards younger kids, that reminded me of. I've been watching a lot of Are You Afraid of the Dark the last couple of weeks
Yeah,
leading up. That's a big one for me. Um, but other than that, like I try to do a couple activities every year. You know, pumpkin patch. And me and
yeah.
the wife do a pumpkin patch. And one year we went to. Oh man, I can't remember what it's called, but it was just like a drive-through display where they had all these pumpkins carved into all different designs and statues and lit up at night. It was awesome. They had all kinds of different themes. Like they had all the monsters. They had like Marvel ones. It was just, it was thousands of pumpkins.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I've never been to that yet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a bit of a
And
drive, but it was cool to do once.
Yeah, well, that's it, and, there's always good stuff to do at Wonderland,
Oh
for your
yeah,
kid.
Halloween haunts.
Yeah, that's always good. I know growing up as a kid, we would always get our costumes, right when they start putting it out, so we pick it up, and, what we would do the night before Halloween, everyone on the street would put on their costumes, and we would go out on the street, and then we would all fight with our costumes on, so that was something.
Because you guys all probably had actions, like some sort of action movie hero or action video game hero.
Yeah, well, like, they had them. We had the cool blood mask. Remember with the heart? You'd press the
Oh
heart.
my god, yeah, that's like that is like the iconic costume of our generation. Like
Yeah.
when you see that, you immediately it just takes you right back. You were
The one thing
automatically cool if you had that.
the one thing I regret so much is, we didn't get as many pictures as we should have,
Yeah,
during Halloween time with the costumes like this. Like now that I have kids, like we take pictures all the time with the Halloween stuff. So last year we did a Star Wars theme. So I went out as a stormtrooper, Mary went out as Boba Fett, and then the kids went out as Baby Yoda. I was actually supposed to be the Mandalorian because I had the replica.
oh, nice.
I had the replica helmet, but we bought our costumes too late, and I couldn't get a size.
Oh, true, true.
So I just went as a stormtrooper, right? But this year we're doing Ghostbusters, so we went out and bought the
Nice.
Ghostbusters costume. So we're gonna try to do that every year, and we know when they get a little older, obviously they're not gonna want to do the themes that we want to do. So we're gonna have to set the budget, and we very agreed to. We'll get whatever costumes they want for themselves, but then for our family photo, we'll buy a set
Yeah,
of four.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I wanted to talk to you about something too. From then and now. Back then, Walmart used to have so many costumes, aisles full. You go to Walmart now, one aisle,
yeah.
and barely any Halloween stuff. I had to go to Spirit, and for all our costumes, it cost me 300 over $300
Damn, that's rough. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
for
they're
four
expensive.
for
Everything's
four
expensive
costumes.
nowadays.
We're talking about two-year-old toddler
Yeah,
costumes,
exactly. How much
and then two
material
adults.
does it take to make that?
Yeah, I know, like, it's insane, like, ours was, like, 79 bucks each, and then theirs was, like, almost 50 something each, and then we bought a couple of props, and it was like, "Holy fuck, $300?"
Damn.
And then you go to Walmart, and they have nothing, but Walmart used to be the mecca for costumes when we were
Yeah.
younger, so talk
You get
talk a
need a
little bit
license.
about that. Tell
Yeah,
me a
it's like
little bit about, how hard it is now for parents to find costumes that are at an affordable price, especially in our economy. It's ridiculous that you have to spend, 60, 70, $80 on a costume nowadays.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I That's why I really think the way to go is making your own a lot of the time. I've been doing that the last couple of years just because you
Yeah.
can just get creative with it, and if you have the time, that's the thing, right? But I do feel like you can save a buck. That thing I made mine this year, and I spent probably more than I would have spent if I would have made bought a costume whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like everything just keeps getting more expensive. But especially stuff like that, Halloween costumes. I mean, half the time you're spending like 35, $40 just for the accessory to go with the
Yeah.
costume sometimes.
Like, you look at it, like, we went there and we were at Walmart, but, okay, they have to have some kinda two-year-old costume. Nothing. Nothing. And
Yeah.
we went at the beginning when they first started bringing them out. Now it's just all Christmas. So we're jump
Yeah, yeah.
we're getting right into Christmas, but, do you remember some of your classic costumes you went out as a kid?
As a kid, I did a lot of traditional like Halloween costumes. A lot of years vampire. Um,
Just
it
easy,
was
simple, eh?
exactly. I think that's why I dressed up as it so much because my mom just found it simple. You do the makeup, use the cape
Mhm.
every year, maybe change up the clothes you're wearing, change the haircut or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we did a lot of vampire and a lot of pirate too. I remember just
Yep,
kind of
just the
recycling
classics.
costumes, just switching it up slightly, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember, going as some of the classics. I went as a knight one year. Um, I
oh,
went as a firefighter one year. I went as Darth Vader one year. I went as the skull with the heart, so the blood would go
Oh,
down
nice
my
for the
butt.
blood, nice.
Yeah, I went as that. I went as a cowboy. I was a girl a few years because it was just so easy. Like
Yeah.
the thing with me growing up, like when I hit a certain age, because I was hanging out with that popular group in elementary school, and they just didn't dress up anymore, so I just stopped dressing up. But then when they're like, "Oh,
Right.
Chris, you coming out for Halloween?" I was like, "Oh, I got nothing to dress up." So I was like, my mom gave me the suggestion, "Why don't you just dress up as a girl? Just get a wig and just wear some of my clothes." I'm like, "Okay, perfect." And
And that's when
that's
you
what I
realized you loved cross-dressing.
did. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Look at the shoulder pads on this thing.
Look at you. I thought that was
What's
just all
what's
you.
with the slap?
What is with that? Is that to hold the chest piece on?
No, this is just like the bottom nut flap.
Oh, I see. It's like a tunic kind of thing or something.
Yeah.
Futuristic tunic.
Yeah, but such a different atmosphere now, right? So it's I decorated the house the last couple days. The wind has been so bad here that it keeps knocking all my shit over. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, we even had snow today. Jesus. I remember a
yeah,
lot of that as a kid, snow on Halloween, having to put your costume over top of snow pants or
yeah.
top of your
I
skidoo
remember
jacket.
too. Was your parents big into carving pumpkins? Because my dad would no, he would
You
never.
fucking hated it? Yeah.
1 year we did it, and that was a regret too, because it's like with me and like now that I have my own family, I love doing these little family things, and it's the things you want you do so your kids remember it when they're older, right? So did you do a lot of that stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every year my dad always carved some, and he when we were younger, he'd help us carve them until we were old enough to do them ourselves. I haven't done them in a lot of years now because, yeah, it's kinda not that fun for me anymore. I don't have kids yet, so I don't have that renewed enjoyment of it. Really, it's just kind of gotten old. So we'll buy pumpkins and put
And
them out
just
for decoration, but never carve them. The last
I'm
last
surprised.
pumpkin I
I
carved,
would. I
last
figured
pumpkin
you'd
I
carve
carved was a
pumpkins.
Packers sucks pumpkin.
I figured you would carve pumpkins. That's something I thought you would do.
Yeah, yeah, you would think, but I'm usually preoccupied with the costume shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you and your wife do some interesting costumes. So yeah, see,
Yeah,
once you guys have some kids, you guys can get some cool family photos. It changes that dynamic, right? So
exactly.
yeah, I remember too. Because we recently moved back to our old town, so we were taking a stroll, and I was showing Mary like all the routes we used to go and all the houses we used to hit for Halloween, and she was like, "Holy fuck, you guys hit a
Yeah,
lot of houses," because she lived more on the countryside, so she was
right,
just
right.
right, and it was
You
like
went
I was
off
like, "Yeah."
already.
We used to start trick or treating at about 6, and back when we were kids, like I remember we were knocking on houses still at like 9:30.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Those
9:30,
peak years,
10.
you could go empty your sack out and go back out.
Yeah, that's how we used to do it, and I remember you have the houses you remember that would give out pop. So we'd go to there, get a pop, sit on the curb, drink it, and go, "Okay, let's go empty our bags, we'll come back, recharge, and go do the rest of the
The
round."
rest
So
of the week,
how
yeah.
how it's changed, like, we used to buy about 5, 6, 7 boxes of chocolates. Now we get away with buying 2, and we have 1 full box left.
Yeah, yeah. I get nobody where I am. I'm off that
Which
main
is
road.
crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You were in a main subdivision.
Well, not now. Now where I'm off a main road, right?
Yeah, yeah, now I'm reminding me of, like, when you're at your parents'
Yeah.
house, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but same with them, they buy like maybe a box or two, maybe at most, but they used to buy for 200. They used to buy 200.
Yeah. So that would be about your 4 or 5 boxes, right? Now
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, my parents were the type they give out like two chocolates. Sometimes it'd be like two chocolates and a small bag of chips.
yeah, like, I usually just put a handful, but, like, it's crazy just how much has changed from then till now, but, right? It's, like, insane, like you said, like it could be, these kids are just not interested in it. They're more
Yeah.
interested in the partying scene, which is fine, or like you said, making these TikTok. YouTube videos and stuff like that to get views instead of enjoying what Halloween, you know, is traditionally supposed to be, dressing up, going out, enjoying with your friends, getting candy, stuff like
Going
that. So
everywhere.
just
Yeah.
such a big change, especially like we just talked about the shopping for Halloween stuff. There's only one big game in town if you're not making it, and it's Spirit Halloween. You're gonna have to spend some money.
And even there, I like sometimes I go in there and I'm like, there's nothing really that cool. Like, eh.
No. So it's the same costumes every year, but it's the only place to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem, right?
You were talking about the shopping and stuff, but that's one thing I did notice that's developed in the last like decade is the trick or treating in the malls. Have you heard about that kind of thing?
No, I haven't. What's that all about?
So a lot of parents take like their younger kids to certain malls that do like trick or treating. So instead of going door to door in a
You go,
subdivision,
okay,
you're going
store to
store to
store.
store. Yeah, and each store
Okay.
you get candy.
I could see that at our little Cookstown mall.
Yeah,
I
that would
could,
actually work nicely. That one.
yeah,
This
because
is
it's
kind of
just a
cool.
main level to walk around. But
Yeah,
that's not bad. Remember, because it's indoors. Your kids get to
exactly.
live. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, but that takes away from. That's what I don't understand about parents. It's like you enjoyed the grind. Why are you
Mhm.
not letting your kids enjoy it? Like
Yeah,
I don't.
pay it forward.
Like I don't understand. Like even with the Christmas, like we're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore. It has to be Happy Holidays. Like I
Yeah.
don't like I understand, but it's like we're diversed in religion here, but it's like we have to follow everyone else's religion, but not our views. Like
Well, it's just stupid the whole idea of like can't say Merry Christmas. It's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really understand. Like, what can you say then?
kiss
Yeah,
my
I guess.
ass, bitch.
Yeah.
So what was your first Halloween like with Carrie Ann? Like when you met your wife, did you guys
Oh,
do anything Halloween or was it just like
I'm
a
trying to
movie
think of our
night?
first Halloween. Fuck. I don't. Oh, you know what? The first Halloween I spent with her is I was an army man and she was somewhere. Oh, she was I think working at the wing place, and she
You
got off
went,
late after I was already partying all night. And by the time she got to my buddy's house, I couldn't sit up without puking. And I think
oh,
she
okay.
she came in, and my buddy's ex-wife was wiping the camouflage face paint off my face after I'd just puked on myself.
Um,
So that was our first Halloween together.
that's not bad. That's pretty good. Oh, man.
Yeah, Halloween's changed a lot for me, like in the last like 8 years. Because Jesus Christ, I'm not like looking to party really this year. That's for sure.
No, yeah. I've never been a big partier on Halloween. I like to kind of just
Yeah.
relax, maybe like usually when I was from that grade 6 on-ish, I used to just hand out the candy if I wasn't hanging out with you guys.
Right, right. See,
Yeah,
I
so
always, as I got older, I liked to go to parties and stuff because it was an excuse to put on the costume. Like even if you
yeah, it
weren't going
was
to the party, you just had a reason to get a costume and put it on.
yeah,
Relive a little bit of that enjoyment.
yeah, I enjoy the costumes. I'm surprised like when we were younger, we didn't go to like the clubs more with on Halloween nights and dress up and
Yeah,
stuff like that. That's kind of
yeah.
stuff we missed out on because we were probably playing UFC or something like that. Yeah, so
Yeah, I always felt like those places on those holidays are way too packed anyways. Like you go out on like New Year's, it's like
you
holy fuck,
know,
you can't even get a drink or anything. It's a nightmare. I fucking hate having to go out on New Year's.
a great place though to spend Halloween is Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, they
I,
do it up for Halloween too, eh?
yeah, I know they always have like the haunted houses, but the ones down there are really good. I don't. Have you ever
Mm.
tried any of them?
No, because my wife can't handle haunted houses at all, so
Oh
she
no.
would refuse to go in any of them.
I have 2 stories about this one, and it's the main one there,
On
and,
Clifton Hill.
I don't even know what it's called, but if you bitch out, they put your picture on the wall.
Oh, really? Eh?
So I went one time. We went with Pete, and it was like this little. It's just pitch black, and there's only little red dots you have to follow.
Right, right. To know what direction.
And he was like freaking out, "Let me out!" And I was like, "No, Pete, we gotta do it." So we ended up making it, thank God. But then when I went back with my old work buddies, a few years ago, oh my God, there's this part where the walls start closing, but it's just like an inflatable coming
Right, right.
towards you. But my one buddy was so scared, he was screaming, "Let me out! Ah, let me out! Let me out!" And the ghoul, like the guy hiding behind the wall, came around. He's like, you wanna stop? Because me and the other guy were going, "No, don't stop. Don't. We're going through it." Because we didn't wanna go on the wall, right? And the guy's like, I'm like,
Right.
"No, go." I'm like, "Go back in your hiding spot. We're not done yet." So we ended up making it out, but it was fucking hilarious, man. He was, like, crying, man. Ew.
God, that would be rough. If you're that scared, you just can't. You just shouldn't try going in there.
No, but it's a good one, though. Like, you should actually, I know Carrie Ann can't do it, but, like, you should
No,
try to go through it. It's pretty scary, man.
because there's some of them down there where don't you you just sign something because they might like touch you too or something like that. You have to like give them
Yeah,
permission
yeah,
to
that we had
grab
to
you.
sign a waiver too. Yeah,
Yeah.
they touch you, yeah. Because I had already been there before. I had to lead the pack, but, like, you can't see nothing. It's just a red beam, and you just
Yeah, you just follow the
follow the
light.
dot, yeah,
I have
and
been
then
in them like before. I don't know who the fuck it would have been with if it wasn't her. But
maybe the night
some
you guys went to the strippers up there?
oh, oh yeah, maybe it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
maybe.
Oh god, we could do a whole podcast on that. Had to get Jerv had to get
I
Jerv and
wasn't
Dave
there.
on it.
Yeah, I wasn't there, remember?
Yeah.
I
Um,
shoulda went and tried instead of being a nice guy, yo.
that was the closest I was ever gonna get to Vegas, which is sad. Maybe not. Maybe I'll go someday. Not really
Actually,
interested anymore.
A Vegas trip's actually not that expensive.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like when before I got married there, my roommate there, buddy upstairs, he was trying to convince me to take a red eye to Vegas. He's like, "Look, it's not that much." It's like you
No, it's
drink for
actually
free in the casinos, so it's all good. I'm like, "Oh man, I'll die if I go there. I can't handle that anymore."
no, it's not, yeah, it's not that expensive, but yeah. Back to the topic of Halloween though, because we're getting off base
Not
here.
Vegas. Not Vegas.
So give me your best Halloween as a kid, and then we'll probably wrap up soon because we don't have much to talk about Halloween.
Holy fuck, we're only 28 minutes in.
Yeah, I know. We're going slow today.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually we're like if I was gonna say it felt like we were further in. Usually an hour goes by in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, the problem is like it's it's not that you don't remember, it's just when you get old, like you just tend to forget those classic moments, right? And like
Yeah.
it sucks when we were kids. Obviously there was cameras, but they were very expensive, and few from far between had video cameras and stuff like that to record Halloween moments. And like it a lot of pictures, and like I said, my parents didn't really take Halloween pictures. I have a few when I was in like my night costume and stuff, but none of my other costumes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I have my parents took pictures of every year, but like those pictures just got lost. There was only one copy that they got from Shoppers Drug Mart developed, right? So
Yeah, and they get
but
lost.
you're talking like best Halloween moment. I don't remember my best Halloween moment as a kid, but I do remember my worst,
Mhm.
and it
Did
was
you
what I thought would be my best, and
did
it
you
was
shit yourself?
no, that's a good guess. When it comes to my stories, that's a pretty good guess to lead with because that's usually how most of them end. But no, it was I think grade 4, maybe 3, and I got a Pikachu costume,
Oh,
which I thought was awesome at the time. And then I got to school and I realized it wasn't so awesome. That I looked fucking ridiculous as the tallest guy in the class, like almost a foot above everybody else. dressed as a giant Pikachu, towering over all the other children. And
Oh,
then I remember seeing pictures years later. I'm like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. And like I just have the saddest face in the picture. It was like it was taken at the school too. Portables in the
was it?
background. Yeah, somebody else is in it. I don't know who it was. I can't remember
I
who
need
it was.
I
And
need
I
to see
just
this
like
picture.
pouty face
I need
in
to
my
see this
Pikachu.
picture.
Oh my god, I
God,
might be able to find it at my parents' house. I might have it in a photo album. In a photo album.
I don't even remember that because I if it was in elementary school and I was there at that time, fuck, I figured I remember,
I'm
but I
really
don't
glad you
remember.
don't remember that.
No.
Have you ever
Yeah.
been a wrestler for Halloween? Me and you love wrestling so much. I realize I've never been a wrestler.
No, I've never been a wrestler either, no.
My brother, oh no, I was Raven one year. I forgot about that.
Oh, were you? Okay, yeah, that's
My
a good
ex
one.
was La Parka.
What?
Yeah, well, she just bought a skeleton costume.
Oh, okay.
I
I
just
was like,
pretended like she was La Parka.
yeah. No, man, no, my Halloween stories are just, I just camaraderie with the kids on the street here and just traveling up and down the roads, just, filling up sack after sack after sack, reloading, recharging, just the fun memories, man, going out and getting your costume. And then the night before, like I said, we'd all come out and we'd all fight with our with our costumes and our superpowers or whatever have you. So it was all fun, man. Now I get to relive it all with my kids. So that's the cool part all about it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having kids for taking them trick or treating.
Yeah, it's a well,
When do you think you age out of trick or treating? Like, what age do you think?
like I said, like because I was with the popular kids, I stopped going around probably grade 5-ish. I
Right.
stopped kind of dressing up like I wanted to, but like I couldn't let people see that I was trick or treating, I was one of those kind of kids that were like, I didn't want people to make fun of me, but I should have went out and enjoyed it because it's funny because they all say, those were the kids that were like, they would say they weren't gonna do it, and then they would show up at your house and you trick or treat, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
You guys just made fun of it, and then I got self-conscious, so I didn't wanna do it, and now you guys are doing it. But if I was doing it and you guys didn't do it, then you guys would be making fun of me, so it was like one of those things, so I was always that kinda self-conscious kinda kid that was like, "Ah, okay, if no one else is gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it," and then they would end up doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, when you get older too, like, you could still take advantage of it without actually, like, trick or treating, like, I remember in, like, grade 8, grade 9 even maybe, and, like, you just all be hanging out and just you have, like, a mask from the dollar store, and it's like, I want a chocolate," and you just go up to somebody's house with the mask while you're
Yeah. I remember, the last time until last year with my kids, I went out was with Jackie actually, and we were like grade 9 or 10, and she wanted to go out, and she sewed her own clown outfit. Do you remember that? Because I
Oh,
think
I think I do remember that,
she
yeah.
came to your house, and then I was like, "What the fuck? I gotta dress up." So I just dressed up as a cowboy, and I just stayed at the bottom of the driveway like I
I
was her
remember
parent.
your cowboy costume.
Yeah, because I was like, it was weird because we were in like grade 10 and she's running around loving it. I'm like, I'm just at the bottom of the drive going like, the fuck? I'm like her parent. I'm like her I'm like her dad watching her trick or treat. And like because I would just wait at the bottom of the driveway because remember in high school I had like a goatee, had a mustache and a
Yeah.
goatee.
Oh, I do remember your cowboy costume. I that's the thing with she had like the spirit of a child, and I remember me and her shared that a little bit. Like she was the only person that shared my love of Disney World at our
Yeah.
age.
But think about how how different would do you think Halloween would be in, Canada if we had, some of the weather in some of those warmer states when it's just always, nice weather, where there's no snow,
Yeah, it's
no
true.
rain. Right now it was snowing like an hour ago.
Yeah, they didn't stop us when we were younger, but I could
No.
definitely see that stopping kids now.
Yeah, like well, like I said, it's strict parenting, and I understand because I'm not as lenient right now with my kids, but obviously they're young, so I have to wait and see till a little older. Like
Is
our
that
parents,
strict? Is that
our
strict or is
parents
it
were
just
like,
lazy? Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Well, it's one of those things because it's I would have to blame it on social media because we didn't grow up knowing that kids were going missing or this was happening because it wasn't posted everywhere, right? Like for us
yeah,
to get a hold of the news, but nowadays it's just anywhere you turn,
yeah,
it's something, right? So I think a lot of parents our age, because it's our generation,
yeah. Oh,
right?
absolutely.
And they're even with a lot of things like some things in shows now and this and that, our generation's complaining about it, but it's like we grew up watching it.
Yeah,
What are you complaining about?
yeah.
You know, man, if that skunk wants to get some fucking pussy, let him get some pussy, man.
Oh my god, Pepe Le Pew.
If Pepe Le Pew wants some, you'll let him get some.
Yeah, like if also what's wrong with Pepe Le Pew that's not wrong with Johnny Bravo? I
Yeah,
don't
I
get
know.
it.
Johnny Bravo's worse than Pepe Le Pew, yo.
Yeah, I don't think either of them are rapey. Like if anything, they're you should have sympathy for them. All they want is
Love
women,
and yeah, they
and
can't
all
get
that happens is they get rejected.
it. The issue with me too with Halloween is like now I'm kind of getting over it a little bit, but when I was growing up, I like to kind of dress as a black or brown guy because like I felt like I could it
Like,
worked.
pull the costume off better.
Yeah, like it felt like it worked. Like I remember, I think one year you guys were doing. I think you actually were throwing a Halloween party and you invited me, but I didn't end up going because I didn't have a costume. Or did I go? But I was trying to do the Luke Cage. Remember, I wanted to come as Luke
Oh, that
Cage.
was awesome. You just needed I remember you telling me that actually, but you couldn't find a yellow shirt or something? Is that
Yeah,
what it
I
was?
couldn't. I
Yeah.
didn't have a yellow dress shirt or something like that. I
Yeah.
couldn't because you guys were all doing something.
We
I'm
were
like, "Fuck."
Marvel. We were all Marvel that year.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck. The only I'm like, I don't want to buy a costume because it's too late. Let me see if I can scrounge something up. And then I was looking at all the Marvel characters. I'm like, man, there's only a few black guys, yo.
Or no, it wasn't all Marvel, it was just superheroes in general. Because I remember David was Santa Claus and he's like, "This counts."
That was a good outfit, though.
Oh, that's a great outfit. He sent me a picture just today because I sent him one that was like a memory of us from like I think it was 7 or 6 years ago, and I was a cowboy and he was Santa at the bar. And then he sent me one from the same night where he's in his Santa costume. He's posing with some random girl that was dressed as Mrs. Claus.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened because I like like my wife's always like, oh, why don't you go as this guy or that guy? And I'm like, yeah, but he's not. He's not brown. It's like
uh,
now in this day and age, it's not a bad thing because all characters are gonna end up being my black guy, right? All white, all
yeah. And it's okay to be any gender you want. So I mean, you could be like Storm if you wanted.
I could. You know who would play? You know who would be a good Storm? Jade Cargill.
Oh yeah, she'd be an excellent Storm.
Yeah, because I think I've seen her cosplay on like fucking. I don't know if she dressed up on AEW, but she would be a great Storm, man.
Man, she's ridiculously jacked.
Yeah, yeah. She's jacked in a good way though. Like she doesn't look like
A
which
dude.
China did, but she
Yeah,
looked
that's
she
because
looked
China's
good.
just on the wrong steroids.
Okay, if you could dress, we know we love wrestling. If you could dress as one wrestler for Halloween, who would it be? Other than Raven, because you're. I think you could probably pull off a DDP too, yo.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be somebody like that, somebody tall and not too big, right?
Oh,
Like
you could
I was
you
thinking
could do
about
Kevin
David.
Nash.
Yeah, yeah, he's too jacked though. He's too jacked. How am I gonna wear? I'm gonna wear a singlet. Oh my god, I won't find one that won't hang off me. My concave chest.
I don't even
I have to
know
wear one
what
of those
if you.
muscle suits.
Damn, I don't even know.
I always thought about doing Taker and just wearing, the trench coat, and then do the classic purple tie, purple gloves.
Yeah, you could pull that off. I'm trying to think who I would be because I'm trying to think someone that's like darker skin that I can kind of pull off, or maybe someone in a mask. Mm,
Trying to
fuck.
think. You got to have some sort of wrestler look like. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, honestly, I don't know. You should be D'Lo. You should just get a bald cap and be D'Lo.
Well, I can cut my head into a fade, and like that would kind
Oh
of be
no,
the
to be D'Lo, you gotta make your head look really big. So don't even get like one bald cap. Get like 4 bald caps, so it makes your head look big too. And then,
dude. I don't know who I could be.
or
I'm trying.
just be Stone Cold. You've been Stone Cold before, haven't you?
No, I just have all the shit, but yeah, I
Right,
could.
right.
I don't know. I'm trying to. Fuck.
Bad News Brown.
Yeah, you could do that, but yeah,
But you have to shave your head again.
I could be New Jack,
New Jack. Oh, that'd be an easy one, actually.
Booker T. Yo.
Booker T. Why did I think of Bad News Brown? Because you said Brown, and I thought of Brown.
I could be Tiger Ali Singh.
Tiger Ali. Muhammad Hassan.
Oh, that would work. That's who
He's
I'd be.
too
I'd be
light. He's too olive. He's too olivey. Because he's actually Italian. He's actually
yeah,
Italian. That's why he's
yeah,
olivey.
he is Italian. Fuck. I
When
think
he we had that
I think
poll on the Boyz YouTube channel about which wrestler should get the push, and I would think I was the only guy that voted Muhammad Hassan.
yeah, see, it's funny. I'm not allowed to vote because I created it, right?
Oh no, would you have voted for Muhammad Hassan?
Well, if you're thinking about that 05, 06 or whatever it was, or 06, 07, he would have been the perfect champion because he had so much heat.
And they didn't need to push it as far as they pushed it. They pushed it too far, and then they got it canceled. If they he already had the heat before they were doing like really out there shit. Like he could have just kept coming out, cutting the promos like he was doing, and he would have had heat for years.
It's just funny with WWE, like they're creative. If they see like someone from Canada, you're a French guy. You're a
Yeah,
French guy and you're a bad guy. And then if you're a brown guy, it's like you're a terrorist.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you know who I could be, yo?
He wasn't even brown. He was just a slightly darker Italian guy.
We could do this costume together because you can say that you're a black guy nowadays. We can do crime time.
You can't identify as a black guy. I'm not as a white guy. I don't think.
Yes, you can. You can
There's
identify
no
as
way.
anything you
That
want.
sounds that sounds super offensive. There's no way that can be possible.
Yeah. You ever you
And
ever
you're right.
have you seen that video on YouTube of that black guy and he's like, I identify as a 45-year-old white guy? And it's
I admire that. I admire that. I was filling out some government forms the other day, and it was I got to gender, and one of the options was two spirits. I'm like,
hey,
maybe I'm just not educated on this stuff, but I was confused.
that sounds like Halloween to me. Two
Yeah.
spirits. Uh,
Yeah.
did you watch that new Haunted Mansion?
Ooh, I feel like I did. That was a few years back, right?
No, it just came out recently. It's like a new
Oh
one on
no,
Disney.
no,
It
then I
has
didn't.
like Owen Wilson and stuff in it. I have to say, it's not good, and the original is a lot better.
Did you enjoy the Eddie Murphy one?
I like the Eddie Murphy one,
Yeah,
yeah.
so did I. So did I.
You know, I have to admit, and I know a lot of people shit on his movies or whatever, but I don't care.
Eddie Murphy's?
No, not Eddie
Oh,
Murphy's, but I'm talking about what's it, Happy Halloween or Hoobie Halloween? The
I don't
Adam
know what that
Sandler,
is.
the Adam Sandler one came out a few years ago.
Oh
Hoobie.
no, I don't even know that.
No,
No, is that
yo, watch it. It's on Netflix. It's called
Hoobie?
Hubie Halloween or something. Yo, I don't even care. It's fucking funny, yo. I like it. He has this thermos. but it's like a magical thermos, and he can like pull anything out of it. Yo, just it's funny, yo. Just watch. The only thing that sucks, he does his classic Adam Sandler like, "Hey kids, it's Huey." Like it's
Yeah, he can't not do a voice doing something like that.
no, but yo, if you're because I know you don't work tomorrow, watch it tonight, yo. It's called Hubie Halloween, I think.
You know what one I wanted to watch that I wanted to ask you about if you'd seen, because I thought maybe it would have been something you were into at some point, because I know you like some like the stuff like more nostalgia geared towards younger audience and stuff. Have you ever seen Monster Squad?
Is that with the kids?
Yeah, in all of the classic Universal monsters like Dracula,
Yeah,
Frank. Yeah, is
they,
it good?
I've it's all right, yeah.
Yeah.
This and then there's another one on Disney too, but there's also one on Netflix with the Stranger Things cast, but it's not like their characters, but it's the ones that it's like a 7-part series. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, is that right? Eh?
It's about like a witch. Oh man, what's it called? It's like it goes back in years. So there's one, I don't know, it's like 1887. Dude, I'm telling you, watch it. It's amazing, man. I
Is it
can't
like
remember.
is it similar to Stranger Things, kind of like in tone, or is it like more horror? Or
It's like horror, but it's not like overall scary, but it goes back into like the 80s and then like the 1800s, and it's all
uh,
this story based on like a witch's spirit in a town.
right?
Oh yeah, it's good, man. It's got a lot of the Stranger Things cast in it.
Oh, okay. Bunch of the kids.
Yeah, but I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I think it's like 1847 or 14. I don't know. It's all dates because they go back in those dates to figure out what's
Right.
going on. Yeah, it's good, man. Watch it. It's a good series on Netflix. I think it's like 7 episodes.
Yeah. That's what the thing with Halloween nowadays. I feel like Halloween's now just a thing like people celebrate inside because you do have so many options for like shows and stuff now.
Yeah, especially with the classic movies like some of the ones you just named, when
Yeah.
you first started the podcast. Yeah, there's something out there for everyone on Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like Christmas now too, right? Like, the times of, people like to stay in now instead of, maybe going outside, getting a hot chocolate, going to the skating rink,
Yeah.
maybe going for a walk down, the boardwalk or, the boardway or something. So yeah, it's a lot geared now with streaming that stuff's just easier to get and it's more comfortable to be at home.
Yeah. Loses
But
the excitement. I always loved like around Halloween when you watch cable and it's just like all the channels have like their specials going and
yeah.
you don't know what
Oh
you're
yeah.
gonna get.
But I'm telling you, watch Hubie Halloween. I think it's called Hubie or Hubie. And then find that one I'm telling you about
Yeah.
the Netflix. I'll send it to you after the podcast.
Okay.
So I just can't remember what it's called. But anything else you want to say on Halloween, or should we wrap it up?
Oh yeah, there's one thing I needed to mention for. Are you into, or you must have been growing up, but the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I watch it. I try to watch that episode every year.
Yeah. Well, there's
Like
a
if
bunch
they
of
do.
episodes, right? They did one every single year for
No, that's what
Halloween.
I'm saying. But
Yeah.
every single Halloween
Oh,
I
the
try to
new one
catch.
you watch every.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I try to catch up on it. Um Is that that one of them is I remember when he's like a fly. I remember that one,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Bart turns into a fly.
is there one I don't know if this is a treehouse one, but this is one of my favorite episodes when he's actually the evil brother and his
Yeah.
stepbrother. Yeah, that's a good
Bort
one.
upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah,
He eats
that's
the
a good
fish
one.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite episodes.
I
Even
like
at
when
like
Dr. Hibbert holds the frame up to him and just punches him in the face.
that's a good one, yo.
That is a great one. They do a lot of good parody ones too. Like they have that Shining parody one with Homer.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do a good stuff, but I haven't watched The Simpsons in a long time.
No, Simpsons have fallen off, but those classics are just so great.
Yeah. But I do try to watch the Treehouse. I think Mary actually put that on a few days ago, but I
Oh
fell
yeah,
asleep. I fell
man, I gotta
asleep.
get cable. I got a cable back. I miss cable.
Well, I don't have cable. I have the fucking box, right?
Oh, the box, true. Yeah. That's basically the same shit.
Yeah, it's basically cable, but 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
dude.
almost a it was almost a nightmare the other day for all the boxing fans. Nagano fucking almost beat Fury.
Yeah, man. Do you find these fights suspect?
Well, I don't know because I don't watch any of the Paul brothers fights. Like I don't watch them,
Yeah.
but like the guys that he fights, like I can see him beating them at this point. Like I don't know how people like I love Diaz too, but I don't know how people thought Diaz was gonna beat him.
No.
I knew exactly how Diaz was gonna come out and fight, and that's
Oh,
exactly probably what he did.
I don't even mean necessarily like outcomes like that, but just like I don't know, like it's kind of I would compare more to like the McGregor Mayweather fight where it was like Mayweather went in there and he purposely didn't embarrass him. You know what I mean? He purposely made it a competitive fight and he stayed in control of it.
I
But
don't know if that was the same case with Fury because like he took some good damage, man. And
yeah,
he was throwing well. Like he hit Francis with some good shots, but I think the issue was like Francis is used to getting hit by 4 ounce gloves,
yeah, yeah,
right? Like that's a big difference in like imagine he dropped him like it was just a flash knockdown. You could tell because his eyes went like when he hit the ground, right? He woke back up. But imagine if
yeah.
he got hit with 4 ounce gloves.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
That-
it's a different game with 4 ounces.
and he was even cheating too. Did you see the elbow he threw?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you about the elbow. Yeah, it
Yeah,
could have been
but like
unintentional, but
it didn't look unintentional. But the thing is, it's like Francis is used to getting hit by those kind of things, so
yeah,
like
he's
it
been
doesn't.
elbowed before. Yeah.
I actually thought what was going to happen, Francis was going to come out swinging hard in the first couple rounds and then tire out, and
Well,
then
they say he's
Fury.
on one. They said he's on one leg. Did you hear that?
Who, Fury?
No, no, Francis.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. There's something wrong with his knee or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he just had surgery on it, right?
Right, right.
But then
Yeah,
again, Fury hasn't. This is the thing with a lot of fans too. You gotta realize it's hard for a boxer to train for an MMA guy that's never boxed before because there's no film on him. You don't know how
yeah,
like how would you if you're Fury? How are you gonna train for Francis? You don't know how he boxes. You're kinda just going off, I'm skilled, I've been doing this forever, I should be able to figure this out." But I just think he couldn't figure it out because Francis was just in his
yeah.
he wasn't
Well,
going
did you
away.
think Francis won the fight? Because I was shocked how many people thought Francis won the fight.
I thought it was close, it was razor
Yeah.
thin,
Because if it
but
wasn't for the knockdown, I think it'd be clear. Like,
that's what I'm saying, though, it was razor thin, what I thought, but then there was a knockdown, so I'm like,
I didn't think it
he
was
got
that close, other than the knockdown. I thought Furious hitting him with 1-2s over and over. Didn't you like? And Ngannou was missing a lot more than he was
I
hitting. I
think
thought.
I think the stats were pretty even.
Yeah, I
I
never even
think
saw the stats.
but I don't know, I think it like, the one stat, I don't it was before even maybe it was before probably the 6th or 7th round, they both thrown, like, 158, 154 punches, and they only landed both, like, 50 and 52, so it was pretty close.
Yeah, mm,
Yeah, who knows? That fight
yeah.
will never happen again anyways.
No, I don't think either guy wants it to happen again. Anyway, well, maybe I guess.
I don't know if Fury takes that fight again,
Who's Fury gonna make? I guess Fury makes money no matter who he fights. But I was gonna say, who else would he make more money against at this point, other than like fighting
Well,
Joshua?
he's fighting that one guy, that French guy, what's his name? I think he's from France. The heavyweight champion, I don't know, I don't know
Oh
where
no, is that guy Eastern European? Yeah, I know the guy.
eunuch or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's an Eastern European. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think they wanted to fight Joshua, but I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening there.
Joshua has never seemed interested, even a few years back when none of those guys had fought each other, and it was like Wilder, Fury, Joshua, and they were all like, I think they were all unbeaten, weren't they?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
They
and
don't like
then
to fight. They don't like to fight each other, man, in
no,
boxing.
no,
We were supposed to talk about Halloween. Now we're talking about boxing.
yeah, whatever. When else are we going to talk about boxing? We're never going to do a boxing episode.
No, probably not. But anyways, guys, we'll probably just wrap it up here then, because
We
we're
got to
getting
an
off.
hour just about.
We're getting off topic. But um,
We started talking
yeah,
about the Ngannou Fury fight. From what wrestler would you dress up as?
yeah. Because you can't, I can't think of any right now. It would have to be Tiger Ali Singh.
Tiger Ali Singh.
Hey, he did come out to the Iron Sheik's theme
Oh, did
song,
he?
I think.
He's the one that he only had it. He only got the shot because his dad's dad's Tiger
Chip
or
Chip
Jet
Singh.
Singh. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like a legend in Toronto, I guess, right?
Did I ever tell you the story about how I met him?
Oh no, does he live in Toronto still, or?
No, what happened was I never knew this. This was fucking decades ago when my grandpa passed away. There was this guy that walked in, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Because he looked
Looks
rich.
familiar.
He looked rich
Oh, he
too,
looks
right?
rich.
And my cousin came up to me and he's like, "Oh, that's Tiger Jit Singh." I'm like, "What?"
Oh shit.
He's like, "Yeah, that's Tiger Jit Singh and Tiger Ali Singh was there too." And I'm like, "What?" Oh. He's like, "Yeah, they're in WWF. You know that." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What are they doing?" He's like, "Oh, they're Tiger Jit Singh is good friends with was with your grandpa." So I asked my dad. My dad's like, "Yeah, they were really good friends."
Oh my
So
god, that's awesome.
yeah, so I didn't talk to him, but like I met him that day, I guess you can say.
Local wrestling legend right there. I mean, he's right up there with anybody for like Toronto sports or Toronto wrestling icons.
You know, you could dress up as Kane if you still have my mask I gave you for Christmas.
Ah, you bet your ass. You know, my mom, one time when I was at work, her and Carrie Ann were cleaning, and my mom threw it in the garbage. Carrie Ann's like, "Oh, you can't throw that out." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, it's just garbage." I came out so upset. I pulled out the garbage. I'm like, "Mom, this is authentic. I can never replace this. This is from like the late 90s or early 2000s from an actual show. I can never get another one of these."
No, when I f the when I found that, I remember we were at, walking through the antique store because we did the Boyz Christmas, and I
Oh.
was like, "What am I gonna find?" And then I saw it. I bought it for myself. I actually bought it for myself, and I was like, "No," because then, it would be perfect for Dan because 'cause he's got the long hair, and if you have long hair, it sits in so perfect, like,
Yes, yes.
that's a cool piece, yeah, you're never gonna find that again. So,
No,
yeah,
no.
make sure you keep that mask good, yo.
To wear it though, I had to tie up the band because one time I had it in and the band got twisted in my hair, and with my curly hair, it really got wrapped up my hair so bad I couldn't get it out. I had to
Yeah,
cut the
cut.
band to get it out of my hair.
Yeah, that's alright. The one time at band camp, that's what
The one time I was wearing my cane mask.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah, I gotta see the pictures of your Ghostbusters costume.
Yeah, yo, I wanted to get the cool backpacks, but I didn't wanna spend fucking the extra fucking 400 bucks for fucking 3
Your favorite
backpacks.
gonna show you a tissue box and put it on their backs.
No, it came with one. It came
Oh,
with
it came
one.
with one. Oh, there you go.
It just doesn't look that good, but
Yeah.
they don't know what the hell they're wearing. They're
No,
just
they probably don't even know what Ghostbusters is.
no, well, they don't know anything. They want it to be blue. We were selfish. I was selfish because I wanted to do the picture, but they wanted to be bluey.
Oh, I was gonna guess, yeah, Bluey.
But when we went back to get the costumes, didn't have any of the 2T anymore.
I like I like to picture that Bluey in Paw Patrol. It's like Crips and Bloods. Like kids just fight to the death on the playground over it. Like this is Bluey territory, motherfucker. Don't be bringing Paw Patrol shit around here.
You're a sick fuck, yo. All right, all right. We I don't even know what we were talking about today.
I think
we
we were
should have
talking
just
about Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching our Thanksgiving special, everyone.
we should have just did an open book. We
This
should have
was an
did
open
open
book.
book too. All right, Dan. So for next week, what do you want to do?
Oh shit. I didn't think of that.
All right, let's do this for next week. I don't want to do this because I'm not really into, movies and acting, and like I love it, but I'm not like I don't really care who's on screen. But we'll go back to a top 10. We'll do our top 10 favorite actors that we love to watch.
Can we include dirty movie actors?
That's still an actor.
You're right. Okay. Johnny Sins. Okay, I started my list already.
I'm gonna go with War Machine. I'm talking about the guy that beat up Christy Mack.
That's what I was gonna say. He's an actor. Is he in port?
Yeah, he did one when he was banging her. So does that
Oh,
count?
he did, eh? And then he banged her too hard.
All right, Dan, send the people home, yo. So next week we're gonna come back with our top 10 actors that we love to watch. It doesn't have to be the best actors, obviously, but it's the actors we like to watch. So send them home.
Yeah. Well, until next time, guys, and enjoy your Devil's Night and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys. Enjoy.